What I want people to know is that everything they're doing online is being watched, is being tracked. Every single action you take is carefully monitored and recorded.
Social media, an interactive technology that helps in creation and sharing of information, ideas, and various other interesting expressions between virtual communities and network groups. Hi, I'm K. Abhishek. In this video, we'll be going through two topics. 1. Social media and its impact on global business. And 2. English as global lingua franca or common language. So without further delay, let's dive into the video. During the early 2000s, brands used to communicate with their target audience using TV commercials, like these popular brands.
Nirma Washing powder Nirma
गले में खिच खिच गले में क्या करूं विक्स की गोली लो खिच खिच दूर करो विक्स की गोली लो खिच खिच दूर करो.
Over the years, companies saw an upward trend in people using social media, due to which brands decided to shift from TV commercials to majorly focus into social media ad campaign. Like these brands who strategically decided to take Hrithik Roshan in their ad campaign for Burger King, or taking Bhuvan Bam, the social media influencer, in Lenskart's ad campaign. Now, to make things easier for you to understand, I'll be sharing 4 important aspects why a brand should be considering social media for their ad campaigns, which would give them a greater impact in global business. Number 1. Get more qualified leads. So, when a company starts marketing on social media, they have a strategic advantage. They can specifically target which target audience their ad campaign should favor to. Social media has an advantage of demographically targeting audience, which is more helpful than a traditional method of spreading flyers or TV commercials, which helps in getting more responses, as the company itself has its own followers or fan base, which is eagerly ready to respond to every ad run on social media. Number 2. Building a community. Social media comes along with an added advantage, since it's a network of communication groups and networking groups. People come together for various purposes. While building up your profile for your business, you also gather a similar community of fans or target audience who are already eager for your ad campaigns or new products. For example, let's say Apple is launching their new product. Even before the Apple's product is launched in the market, people start discussing about it. New designs and fan designs are being shared on these networks, which increases the hype and eventually increases the expectation and demand for the product. By favoring or building a community for your brand, it helps the people talk about the brand rather than the brand talking to the people. Number 3. Grow affordably. Not all companies can afford a marketing campaign with TVCs or flyers. Social media, comparatively, is an affordable option, where a user who has his own social media platforms can keep his target audience updated on its products and services, and he can also target the specific group which he has to communicate. For example, let's take a user who is scrolling down to a post of a chocolate ad. Let's assume that this user consumes this chocolate within 2 or 3 days, because humans have a tendency of remembering visual imagery more than any other ad. So when users are intact with social media in their day-to-day lives, the effect of a social media campaign or an ad is more effective. Number 4. Usage of advanced targeting tools. Now, why do global companies like Fossil, Casio, Benz use social media? This is because social media leading companies like Facebook or Instagrams have started offering and catering businesses with advanced targeting tools like age, location, demography, and various other informations. While you're logging into a social media account, the social media platforms collect numerous amount of information from you, like the age of a person, location where he is, what is his gender, what are his interests, what all he searches. These helps the companies to specifically target what kind of audience the brand has to target, which helps the brand to communicate effectively in a very affordable manner. Now, as we all know that a coin has two sides, same way social media also has its own negative effects. Now we'll be discussing few points about how social media's negative effects affects a business, and also how to curb the negative effects of social media. In this digital era, it is true that customer has become the king and customer has always been the king. These are the few negative effects of social media. Customers taking part, unauthorized release of official information, unauthorized staff talking about the company and the brand. So there were situations with many or multiple brands where there are users or consumers who have consumed the brand and have dropped in false reviews or negative reviews or publicity regarding the brand. This would eventually bring down the brand's image in front of the public audience or other targeting customers. Now, how to handle these issues? 1. By having a plan. Companies or brands should have a proper planner on their post or content so that they can have a control on their online presence and stop any video or image or textual content which is claimed to have any issues in future. 2. Listen and monitor. Brands and businesses have to listen, monitor and respond timely to the conversations happening regarding the brand's image or the products, from which the audience or the customer is informed rightly by the brand. Number 3. Connect with the people. Even if your organization is a B2B or B2C, it is part and parcel of a life that human to human communication is very much important. In the same way, brand's communication with its target audience or customer is very much important. Creating that connect with the people who you are targeting is very much important to send information which is right and to set the notion of your customer what the brand wants it to pursue. Number 4. Taking responsibility. In case of failure or misjudgment or misled actions of the brand should have the guts to take the responsibility on social media or any other public forum to accept its mistakes and rectify them. To understand these points better, let us see a case from Fruity.
The Foodie Life.
In the year 2013, the popular soft drink brand Fruity by Parle Agro had come into a problem for fake news that the juice was contaminated with AIDS blood, because of which the company lost a huge share in the market. Further to this, Pale Agro filed a complaint against Facebook, Twitter, and Google for the users posting fake news regarding the company in the Bombay High Court. And also, to rectify this situation, they started a new campaigns on social media with the leading Indian actor Shah Rukh Khan featuring in their ads as its brand ambassador to ensure trust amongst their consumers. Now, we'll look at English as a global lingua franca or common language. English was originally originated from Britain through a Greek language. In the 18th century, it was spread across the British colonies as a common language. Through East India Company's efforts, English was made as a common language in India through schools and other institutions to create workable labor who are educated to support administrative work for the East India Company. Now, in this new era, English has served as a common language, bridging the gap of communication for international business and global trade. English has served as a common language which helps in operations, logistics, and understanding meanings of different cultures, diversities, and integrated community activities. For example, let's assume that you are in China. Chinese have a different language and culture, but since people have English as a common language, it helps us understand what the other person from another country like China or any other country is trying to interact with us. That's all in this video, and this is Abhishek signing off. Thank you.